How to make money doing what you're passionate about. Stay tuned. Damon here with NLP Gem. How to monetize your passion. If you haven't already, please click subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can get these videos on a regular basis. So this subject of how to monetize your passion, this is the stuff that in this Silicon Valley entrepreneurial culture, everyone's trying to sell you on. And if you've clicked on any of these programs on any browser in your on your computer with the internet, suddenly your Facebook feed or your Twitter feed or whatever it is you use suddenly has all these ads for people promising you how to make money from your passion, from your hobbies, or what have you. It's big money. I can only speak from my personal experience, so I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers, but I'll give you kind of how things worked for me and some of what I learned along the way. So how to monetize your passion? Well, first of all, you got to have a passion. If you're not passionate about anything, trying to sort of manufacture a passion in order to make money doing it, which is kind of where I started, isn't really going to work for you. So first you have to start off with knowing that there is something that you're very passionate about. And sometimes that takes time. Not everybody knows what that is right away. And I'm one of those people. It took me some time to really sort it out. I had a lot of things that I thought I was passionate about, but it took some exploration and self-discovery and trying a lot of different things that I was attracted to. And the more you try these things that you're attracted to, the more you start to go deeper and find really what's behind that, what you're after. A lot of times we're seduced by sort of glamorous things. For me, it was filmmaking. I wanted to be a filmmaker because I thought it was a really cool idea. And the more I dove into that, the more I realized, well, I really enjoyed writing. And then the more I went into that, the more I realized I enjoyed self-discovery and self-exploration, and then eventually led me here to NLP. Now, those other skills really serve me now, but it's not ultimately what I wanted to do. And it wasn't really ultimately what I'm passionate about. So, have a passion first. Second was one of the greatest things that I learned was from Tim Ferriss and his 4-Hour Work Week. If you haven't read that book, go get it right now, especially if this is a subject that interests you. And what he said is let go of thinking that you have to make money from something you're passionate about, and that there's something wrong with you if you don't. And that was a huge weight off my shoulders, because I had thought for the longest time, well, if I'm not making money doing something I love to do, then there's something wrong with me, I'm not good enough, and all this sort of self-worth crap started coming up. Let yourself off the hook. It is extremely unusual, actually, for people to make money doing something they're passionate about. And I don't mean, so I should take that back, not just make money, make a living doing something you're passionate about. It's easy actually to make money doing something you're passionate about, but to make a living on it, it's a little bit different. So the other problem that comes into place here is when you take something you're passionate about and say, okay, I want to make a living doing this. A lot of times you lose the passion for it, because now it becomes about work. Now it becomes about your livelihood. Now it becomes a hustle. And another good book to read on exactly this is the EMyth, which stands for Entrepreneurial Myth. And what he goes into is basically a lot of people go into business for themselves, doing something they enjoy doing, and then they realize, because now they're running a business takes all their time. They don't really get to spend it on their passion, or if they do, it's always about making money, which makes them not enjoy their passion so much anymore. So be cautious of that. When you decide you want to make a living on something or doing something you're passionate about, you run the risk of losing the passion for it. So I took Tim Ferriss's advice, and I have an insurance business, and what I decided to do was basically get it to the point where it's running itself and spend only a few hours a week working on it rather than spending 40 hours or more a week on it. And that is the main source of my income. So what I'm doing right now is what I'm passionate about, and I do make money doing this, but I don't have the weight and the burden of having to make my living off of it. The majority of my income comes from somewhere else. I just set myself up so where I don't have to spend the majority of my time on the area where the majority of my income comes from. And so this is what I recommend. Set something up similar to what Tim Ferriss describes in the 4-Hour Work Week, and that really frees you to spend more time on your passion. So when you have your passion and when you decide, okay, I want to make money doing what I'm passionate about, the thing to remember is do not put profit over your passion. Always keep the passion in the forefront, doing what you love doing, and the profit should be the wake that engaging in your passion brings about. So I'll say that again. Your passion should be at the forefront. The profit should be the wake of your passion. When you have the freedom to engage in your passion more, and you're going to do it anyway, you might as well get paid for it. If you love to paint, and you paint a lot of paintings and you give them away, start charging for them, or bring them to a gallery, see if they'll pay money for it. And if they don't, your livelihood's not on the line, so it's not that bad. It's not that bad if people don't want to pay for it. And then maybe that'll drive you to be an even better painter. When you think, okay, well, then you start to get into what are people really into when it comes to painting? What do they really want? And how do I focus on giving people what they want? Because art is not just about the self-indulgent, this is what I'm enjoying and I don't care about anybody else. Art should be for display. It should be shared with other people. So you need to know what your audience thinks. The same goes for writing. The same thing goes for any art that you're engaging in. So that'll help bring that about if you're using your passion to make money. Never be afraid to ask. Never be afraid to ask people to pay for what you're going to do anyway. When I decided I wanted to try coaching to see if I would be any good at it, on advice from other people, they told me, at the time I wasn't a coach, didn't have the intent of being a coach, but people were telling me as I was going through these trainings where there were a lot of coaches, they said, you should give this a try. You'd probably be pretty good at this. And I did, and I thought, okay, well, I'm going to create a plan. I'm going to spend 6 months coaching people for free to see if I really like it. That way I won't feel the pressure of like, oh, I got to, I'm charging this person, I have to get them the changes and I have to get them to meet their goals. It's like, okay, no pressure here. You're getting free coaching. I'm just checking this thing out. And in 6 months, I realized I really enjoyed coaching. And I felt like I had enough value to start charging for it. Well, there are people who were willing to invest in themselves and spend money on themselves. And there are people who just aren't, and they only want things for free. And so when I told my non-paying clients after 6 months that if they wanted to continue, I was going to start charging, and it wasn't even that much, but that's what I told them, they all scattered. And I wasn't surprised by this. What that did is it opened up a space and a void to draw in new clients who were willing to pay. And not only that, they got better results because they were invested. They were willing to invest in themselves, and if they're paying for something, they wanted a return on it, so they were willing to do the work. And it made my job a lot easier, and it made it so much more enjoyable because I was really helping people get real changes in their life. So I was going to coach anyway. I was already coaching people. I enjoyed helping people. I enjoyed learning NLP and saying to someone, hey, let me see if I can help you out here. If somebody told me about a problem they had, I would apply some NLP process to it. So I was going to do this anyway. And along the way, I created a coaching business out of it. And again, I'm not dependent on that for my income, so it's not a hustle. I had an NLP practice group even before I started any of my NLP training. I wanted to learn NLP so bad, and I was trying to learn from books, and if you've ever tried that, you know it doesn't work. You have to get people to practice with. You can't just learn it from reading a book. So I started a practice group, and people started showing up, and I started to learn, started to get better. Then I started taking NLP trainings, and after about more than a year of NLP training, where I spent like almost the entire year doing NLP trainings and hypnosis trainings, I decided I was going to do my first paid workshop. So instead of doing a 2-hour practice session, I decided to do an 8-hour full day workshop and only charge $20 per person. it's sold out. I didn't expect that. It's sold out. So I got paid to do something I love doing. I got paid to do something I'm passionate about doing. And there was really no overhead. I didn't even have to rent a space. I just used my regular office for it. And then NLP Gem was born. What you're watching here is NLP Gem. So that's all that came about. Yeah. Take what you already are doing anyway. Take what you love doing and monetize it. Start asking for money for it. And do whatever makes you feel comfortable. Charge whatever makes you feel comfortable. And if you have a regular job or if you have a regular business, find a way to work remotely, find a way to reduce the time that you spend in the business or reduce the time at work so that you still get paid whatever you need, but then you have the time to indulge your passion. And as you indulge your passion, ask for money. You get in life what you ask for, and never be afraid to ask for anything. I don't care how crazy it sounds. The only thing a person can tell you is no. And so what? So what if they tell you no? You're no better off than if you didn't ask. At our website, nlp-gem.com. We have new trainings coming up. In fact, I just cut a deal with L. Michael Hall. He's coming March 31st of 2017, March 31st, April 1st, and April 2nd to teach Inside Out Wealth. I'm extremely excited about this. It's not even posted on the website yet. Mark Andreas is coming to teach Core Transformation September 16th, 17th, and 18th. It's going to be an outstanding workshop. I'm so excited about this. So follow us on Facebook. You'll get real-time updates on the trainings that are coming up and even free practice sessions if you're in the area. And of course, remember to subscribe to us on this YouTube station. Take care.